Hi, so here I am with Leon from Pendraken, and today we're going to be talking about just some of the highlights of the ranges that Pendraken have put together. So Leon, back in the mist of time when you were but a boy, presumably a young whippersnapper, your old man Dave was busily doing stuff and creating the first ranges that would become Pendraken.
He was, yes. So that would have been the medievals, as he has informed me today.
Right. So apparently you've been lying to people up until this point.
Well, I'm sure when I asked him this question previously, he said it was Malburians and some Arnhem World War II Brits. But apparently not. Apparently it's medievals. So that's what we've got now. So yeah, that would have been the first one. And then I think after that he went into the 7 Years' War period because he quite liked it. And it's quite generic uniform type, so it's a bit easier to get sculpted back in the beginning when you were unlimited sculpting funds.
Sure. And what was he doing? What was he doing before that?
So before that, he'd been casting for a company called Wild Geese Miniatures. It was a friend of his who had a small company. So David built a casting machine, I believe, and he was casting for that guy.
Wow! Built a casting machine.
He's built all our casting machines.
Gosh!
Yeah, that's with his engineering background.
Yeah.
He's built 4 casting machines, a couple of others that he's sold over the years. And he built our first vulcanising mould press.
Wow!
So he's quite handy.
Phenomenally impressive.
And all the mould racking, that's all Dave and his welding. It's out there. He loves a bit of welding.
Oh, jolly good.
Anything with an angle grinder and a mallet. he's a happy chappy.
So, Liam, tell us, has there ever been a range that felt like it was maybe a bit of a risk? Maybe it was going to be, like you put a lot of effort in and you weren't really sure if it was going to pay off, or have you always had a lot of confidence when you've launched a new range?
There's been a few. I think the first one that springs to mind is the Aztec range, because we'd had one customer who'd just been badgering us for years. I want Aztecs, do some Aztec, and we eventually just gave in. We just submitted and we got them done. And
so there's a lesson to you all. Keep
no,
badgering.
That's not a lesson. Stop with the badgering. But yeah, we put up a little range, and they flew out.
Right.
The first few weeks, I couldn't believe how busy and popular these moulds were for what is quite an esoteric, not very military period of history.
Yeah, it's not like Napoleonics or World War II, is it?
No.
It's really out there.
No, it's kind of more infighting amongst cities, and obviously then the Spaniards coming in, and you can do a bit there with the conquistadors, but yeah, it was just a range that I never expected to take off as well as it did.
Yeah. What's been the most popular range that you've done?
I think that one has to...
So we're just going to take a pause and say a big thank you to CMA Creative Solutions for supporting our channel. CMA are a metal and resin specialist company. They've been supporting and enabling the wargames, miniatures and scale model industries for over 30 years. So big thank you to CMA, and if you want to find out more, do check out their website, which you can find in the link below. What's been the most popular range that you've done?
I think that one has to be World War II by a country mile. It's just a range that just keeps going. It's always had that level of interest, and it's one that you can continually be adding to as well. There's so many vehicles, and even with the ranges we've got in place now, we could still add Hungarians, we could add Romanians, we could probably revamp the Finnish. There's 4 pages on my request list of random vehicles that we could add in there. So that one's always been the leader. And then over the past decade, Napoleonics has really jumped into second place. We've put a huge amount of time and effort into expanding those to cover as almost the full period of that now. The bigger mission being the Russians, which are on the way.
Oh, excellent.
Next year, probably.
Oh, great.
Sculpting has begun.
I happen to have some Russians, some Pendraken Russians on the go at the moment. So I'll be looking forward to the new stuff.
Yeah, we've had a bit of an 1812 specific range for a long time, but we're doing the full shebang.
Right, okay.
From 1805 all the way through.
Oh, brilliant.
I think there's 270 sculpts.
Wow.
It's some ludicrous amount because you're getting into all these kind of quite specific cavalry types
and
troop types.
And I think that was the the thing for me, was that the main troop units were covered, but some of the where I just wanted like one little unit of these. Of course, you know, they haven't existed historically, so in the range. So it's lovely for me to hear that. Yeah.
So it's a big old project. It's probably about a year's worth of sculpting alone. Yeah. So and we may choose to not do another Kickstarter for this, just to try and get some of the funds in to help pay for those sculpting costs.
Yeah.
But yeah, Napoleonics.
And when you took over Pendraken back in 2009, what was the first range that you did, that you sort of that came out under your guidance? And would you say that was something that you arranged, that you particularly chose? And if so, what led you to go down that route?
So there was two, I think, at the beginning there. So the first one was actually initiated by my son at the time, who'd seen a cartoon somewhere, and he came along and said, "Can we have some ninja monkeys," as he put them? So we turned those into samurai apes.
Yeah.
And we kind of did a fantasy range of just samurai inspired apes.
Oh, right. Well, sorry, I'm not familiar with those, surprisingly, given my interest in
they're really fun little sculpts, actually.
Are they in 10mm or 28?
In our fantasy's a little taller than the historical, so it's kind of 12mm, if you want to be precise. But yeah, they're in there, and it's a fun little range.
Brilliant.
But that was inspired by the eldest child at the time.
Excellent.
I think the first one I did was, really, in a typical Wargamer fashion, I watched the Pacific TV show and went, we need a range of Pacific figures.
Yeah.
So that was the first one that I kind of commissioned and put the research into getting sorted out.
Yeah. And how? And you're saying that World War II is one of your bigger ranges anyway. Yeah. And did the Pacific actually turn out to be a good seller for you?
It did, yeah. It's one that kind of comes in waves, that one. So I don't know whether that's. Hey, there we go. I don't know whether that's people seeing the TV show or whatever, but you tend to suddenly see a flurry of activity on those ranges. Yeah. And then it dips off again. I remember the strange thing with that was we only got about 5 Japanese tanks done, and we took them to the Scalp Show up in Forfar, right in the depths of Scotland, and we sold every single pack of them we took in this tiny little event. And I think they're about 20% of our sales on the day were Japanese tanks.
Wow, gosh.
And then we took them to the next show, which would have been Warfare, maybe.
Yeah.
Didn't sell a single one.
Oh wow, gosh.
Not a single one.
Oh,
yeah.
That's interesting.
Don't know why that was, but just one of those weird quirks of going to shows.
Yeah, he clearly tickled a niche. Tickled a niche. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I tickled some guy in Scotland.
Tickled some guy in Scotland.
And he bought me out of tanks. Yeah.
So we talked about. So you were saying about your ninja apes or something, which is clearly a range that surprised me, and obviously Pendraken's known for its 10mm, but I know you do other stuff as well. Yeah. So what are some of the ranges that perhaps when people think of Pendraken, they wouldn't necessarily think of you, but you do? I think I've worded that really badly.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, people do really, that association with 10mm is very strong.
Yeah. And
it's not something that I'm looking to break, but it's something that I'm trying to kind of advertise that we also do other stuff. So we've got a very small range of 15mm fantasy, which some people quite like. We've also got a range of 28mm modern, like Hollywood type mercenaries. So if you've ever watched any of the traditional kind of 90s action films, if you've ever got to the chopper, you may recognise some of the inspiration behind these things. Or if you've ever tried to take the Nakatomi Plaza, you may find some of these people hiding in there. So that's a nice little popular range that we've got there.
Yeah.
And one that'll be coming later this year is Dave's little personal project, which is his Schleswig-Holstein 28mm range.
Right.
So when he retired from college and was just doing this part-time, he finally had a bit of time and impetus to produce this range that he's always wanted to do for his own gaming.
Brilliant.
Which started off small, but as we know, nothing ever stays small.
Absolutely.
So he's now got about 360 sculpts done, covering all of the Schleswig-Holstein, Danes and Prussians, Baden, Saxony. He's just kind of gone off with all these things. So we've kind of come to an arrangement where we're going to add them to the website.
And are they sculpts that, I mean, I know that he did the 10mm stuff, didn't he? Has he sculpted this this
He's
stuff
only
as well?
dabbled on sculpting, so he's
He's
done a
only
few conversions in
right,
the past, but
okay.
he's never been a sculptor.
Right. Okay.
in
So all
full-time
the stuff
sense.
that he's doing for this range, it's all he's
It's all
actually had to
been-
pay someone to
it's
do
all
it.
been paid for.
And is that something that he's paid for himself, or is it something that Pendraken?
No,
have paid
it's just
for?
something he wanted to do, so
Yeah.
he's paid for that as his
Wow.
kind of retirement
Gosh.
project.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's extensive.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of figures to photograph and a big range to get online.
Brilliant.
But it's something that he's really enjoyed. So
Yeah.
it's been nice seeing him
Yeah.
after years. I suppose it's been like a busman's holiday, but
Yeah.
for years he's been around wargaming, but he's
Yeah.
not had as much time to play war games.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's nice that he's now kind of got that, and he's
Yeah.
got a project, he's got his teeth into it,
Yeah. That's
and he
great.
brings it down and he sets it up and it all looks pretty. And
Brilliant.
he's happy with it.
Yeah, yeah, that's excellent. Yeah, I know he's showing me earlier. He's showing me his the train that he made as well.
Oh yes,
which
his
is,
train.
which is very
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Did he tell you where the smokestack came from?
He did, but I can't remember.
So this is this is Dave in a nutshell. He needed something about that big and
Yeah.
about that wide
Yeah.
that was cylindrical.
Mm.
So instead of going and trying to find something that was usable, he just saw the mop in the corner and went, "Yeah, that works," and just hacked a 6-inch chunk out of the mop handle.
Oh no!
And then he very helpfully took the little rubber handle stopper off and put it on the stump. So that nobody would see. We'd all just wonder why the mop was
Why
suddenly
the mop's shrinking?
6 inches shorter than it should be. So I'll make sure to remind you of that every time he gets his train out.
Yeah.
Can I have my mop back?
So finally, what's the next range? What's the latest range that you've got coming out?
The latest one was just released a couple of weeks back, and that was our Goths.
Oh,
So many years ago.
Sort of teenagers with earrings.
Yeah,
and
that's
like,
the ones. Yeah,
you know,
you can't
the
see each paint
dark,
in black.
dark,
Just prime in black,
yeah,
and they're
that's
done.
it, yeah.
So yeah, many years ago, a long-time sculptor of ours, a guy called Clibinarium, he goes by like an online alias. He'd done our late Roman range. It was the first range he did for us. They were so well received that we thought it was about time they had some opposition.
Jolly
So
good.
we gave him a little nudge, and a lot of Goths fell out.
Brilliant.
So we got those released last month, and
Excellent.
yeah, they're really nice. Really
Right.
nice figures.
Oh,
He's such
brilliant.
a talented guy.
Good stuff.
So that's our latest one.
Ah,
And,
exciting stuff.
yeah, and then more coming later in the year. So keep an eye out for those.
Great stuff. Well, Leon, thank you ever so much. It's been a great day. Great to speak to you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks very much.